In the modern day, the ability to think for oneself is a lost art. Social media is creating an environment where hive like mind thinking is becoming the default. Instead of thinking for oneself, the average user is able to delegate their thoughts to someone else. This someone else or this other entity is whatever their favorite creator is saying or whatever is trending at the time. Instead of analyzing facts, they regurgitate the thoughts of whatever their favorite person says. The percentage of people like us who actually think for themselves is diminishing, and I'm scared for the future. Our future doctors, engineers, lawyers, nurses, all these critical people are going to be individuals who lack critical thinking. The average person is no longer going to be literate and somebody who can think for themselves. They're going to be the perfect CIA psyop agent who just listens to any propaganda that's given to them. People no longer question authority. They accept whatever their authoritative figure says, whatever their favorite creator says, whatever the government says, whatever their favorite politician says. They just accept it blindly without questioning it. A few years ago, it wasn't as bad as it is now, but now, especially with the introduction of AI and artificial intelligence, people default their thinking to an AI model or a machine learning model or to their favorite TikToker rather than analyzing it and thinking for themselves. Their thinking has no logic or deductive reasoning behind it. They just simply accept whatever is given to them. Everyone is influenced by something, whether it's an influencer on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or the news, or your favorite book, or your favorite movie, or the news. I said the news, whatever. But everyone is influenced by something. And these influences influence your thoughts, which affect your beliefs, which affect your behaviors. And so you have to be careful of what you let in to your head and what you let influence you. When you see people in a TikTok comment section, do not let that become your idea of a baseline population or a proportion of people. Because that small, minute TikTok comment section that you read, those 10 comments that you read, are not applicable to the whole population that you're trying to extrapolate it onto. It's just not. It doesn't work. The sample size is not big enough. So when you try and you meet these people and you talk to these people who do not have an opinion of their own, do not let that affect your opinion of people in general. Because there are people like us that are smart and intelligent and kind and that can think for themselves and have critical thinking skills. But you have to look for them. I think that in the future, we're going to be seeing more and more people who lack critical thinking skills, which is really scary when you think about it. Because my kids and my kids' kids, future doctors and lawyers and whatever infrastructure, critical infrastructure jobs, they're going to be filled with people who cannot think for themselves or who default their opinions to whatever is an authoritative position gives to them, rather than thinking for themselves or coming to their own conclusions. They accept the conclusions given to them from those around them. And especially with the growing attention on social media and AI, the lack of critical thinking is going to be detrimental to the human race, just in general. Because as people decline and disintegrate or degrade their own ability to think, someone else is going to fill those shoes. And that someone else is probably going to be the government, which is very, very, very scary. Very scary. Honestly, I think the best counter to this is to be literate. If you are not literate and you're not able to read well, then you're not going to be able to think well. You're not going to be able to behave well. You're not going to be able to analyze and do anything well. If you're illiterate, if you're not reading already, whatever it is, whatever topic or whatever you're interested in, if you're not reading and you're gathering the opinions of others and then forming your own opinion, gathering facts, and then forming your own opinion, which is all reading is, this all reading is, then you're going to fall behind and you're going to become more like those people that cannot think for themselves, that cannot hold a conversation, that cannot analyze well, that cannot accept the facts, that have their own opinions deep inside them, and they're not able to be expressed because they're being suppressed because they can't think for themselves. So if you want to be able to express your opinion, you have to become literate. And I think in the future, we're going to see more people who are not able to think for themselves. So when we grow up in 10, 15, 20 years, and we're in the workforce or we're in college, let's say we're in college, we're going to meet people who literally their opinions and political opinions and their moral beliefs are formed by those around them. They have like a hive mind, sheep mindset, hive mind, and they have to default their thinking to the hive mind. They have to default their thinking to AI or Google or some other thing other than their own head. They have to form their opinions based on that. And there's nothing wrong with researching, but it goes beyond research. It goes beyond that. It's literally taking the opinion of someone else and just accepting it as fact, which is very, very, very dangerous because you don't know what that person is thinking. So I implore you, I beg you to think for yourself and to conclude on your own. All right. Love you. Bye.